Hey everybody, I'm Andy the Kenworth Guy. Thanks so much for coming by the channel today. Today I got a beautiful 2026 Kenworth W990 with a car hauler flat top sleeper. Heavy spec logger sold to Tony Ham. It is a beauty truck. Let's see what it's all about. So Tony is on the way into town to pick up his new truck. It is beauty. It's a heavy spec logger. Sitting on a 260-inch wheelbase. We did a truck for him that was all black last summer, and turned out really good. A few things are the same, a few things are different. Starting up front, the bumper, we went to a herd bumper on this build, just for the height difference. The bumper itself, it gives a little bit more height underneath, so you're not pushing mud or anything like that when you're going off-road, but very nice bumper. He really liked the vertical bars, which is what we went with. Herds traditionally are horizontal, but you can order them that way as well, so looks really sharp. As far as the front here, we have a beautiful surf blue color here, so a nice metal flake in it. And then we have just a standard black in there. We had the decals applied with the paint design, or the striping design was done after the fact, so very nicely done. Thanks to Larry for getting that taken care of. Sitting up front here, we have a 20,000 pound axle on a 16K spring. We have 385 wide base steer tires, and sitting on 12¼ inch rims. And those are the Durabrite rims. So very, very sharp, very nice. Gotta love them. Coming down the side here, we have that standard stainless closure panel right in there. Right here is the battery box with the diamond plate cover over top. Customer's decals and so forth. We have dual exhaust up on the side of the cab, and this is the 52-inch car hauler cab, so it's the flat roof. Very nice. On the battery box, you can see here we have battery disconnect switches, and then there's the def tank with the chrome cover. There is the fuel tank with the 7-inch fuel tank straps. Now, because it's a 260 wheelbase, we do have to put on the mid-frame markers, which just give it a little bit better visibility when going down the highway. So that's on there. On the back here, we have the access steps on both sides with the catwalk, grab handles, everything up on there. As far as the suspension, we have the New Way air ride suspension, and it is sitting on a 60-inch axle spread. And as far as the rear ends, they're 46,000 pound rear ends with 430 gear ratio. Sitting on 24/5 rubber, and those are the Michelin X Works rubber on the back there. Full locking differentials, and we have drum brakes on the back here. This is the FW70 fifth wheel, so it's a big slider on it. As you can see here, lots of room to slide it back and forth. It's got the dual lock on it, and that's the 70-ton rating on that. This side has the larger fuel tank, nicely polished, shined up really good. We installed quarter fenders on the truck here at the dealership. And there is the lower elbow that is also done in a nice chrome down below. That's from the factory. Now we can put LED lights from the factory on the side of the bunk on these pedestal style, so that's quite handy. And customer's going to be installing a headache rack on it. Now coming down this side here, we have the chrome mirrors. The air intakes are chrome, and then big thank you to the guys at House of Chrome for getting that nice visor up on there. And up top, it's hard to see from this angle, just the truck has the LED marker lights with the LED beacons up top, along with the air horns up there. So I'm gonna open up the hood here, take out these dual lock pins. Has the slam lock, so there's the release right here. And it is a somewhat heavy bumper, so you need a little bit of muscle to drop it or get it open. All right, so now that the hood's open, I'll show you what's underneath. So we have the 510 1850 torque rating PACCAR MX-13 engine under the hood here. Tony's had great luck with the PACCAR engine, and he's really likes this operation, so it works really well for him. And great fuel economy and great power. It's right there on his at his foot when he needs it. So there you have it. As far as the fluids underneath here, we have manual transmission in here, so you can see the hydraulic air assist hydraulic clutch. There's a hydraulic reservoir right there. Air lines and electrical lines are terminating at the firewall, so easy diagnosis to go through. There's your fuel filter, oil check, oil fill. There's your boosting terminals, remote lube terminal for the release bearing. Front axle here, we're sitting on drum brakes as well. And we have the power steering reservoir with filter, washer fluid up top, and then there is the coolant up top over on the other side. Walk around and check out the other side for a second. So over here we have the hot side. Here's your turbo. We have your additional filters here for your coolant. And there's your centrifugal oil spinner over there. Up here is your HVAC system, so you have access to that. Very easy to change filters if you want. You just pop that over, and then there's your filter to change. Close up the hood and show the rest of the interior to you guys here. So all right, so inside the cab here, I'll go through the interior, show you guys what we got going on. We have the nice Madrona VIT interior, so it's got that orange stitching, the Madrona on the door. Same thing on the steering wheel. And then in the back bunk there, you can see on the back wall, you got that orange accents on there. Looks really sharp. With the PACCAR engine, you have a little bit different steering wheel. You have this limiter right here. So this is basically to set your pedal speed like a cruise control, but it's on your foot. So you can basically adjust how much you want to have as your maximum speed on your pedal while you're driving. So if you're going through a construction zone, or if it's, you know, you basically, if you don't want to go over the speed limit, but you want to drive with a foot, that's what your limiter is right there. So that's nice. As far as your cruise and all that, that's all right in here. That's for your waypoints or setting your tripometer. Here is your phone controls in the center here. This is the controls for your digital display. And then there is the radio controls for muting or volume adjustment. On the door panel here, we have your door locks, window lifts, mirror controls, mirror heat. Down below here, we have the roof lights on the back of the sleeper, or side of the sleeper. This is a secondary light with wired coiled up under the cab. There's a beacon light switch right there. There is the adjustment for the dash. There's your interior lights, and then that's your exterior pre-trip for your exterior lights. And it also does a bunch of checks on batteries, your fuel system, and so on and so forth when the truck is operational. Over here we have the 6 gauges that are optional. There are gauges on the digital display, but we put 6 on the dash. And then this is for the trailer airlift control. So you can do single or dual. The single takes up 1 gauge right here. You have that there, and then it also gives you the switch, which is right there. Took me a second to find it. There's your trailer spike. Your jakes are right here on the steering wheel. There's your engine fan, air traction control. There's a spare switch. This is wired in for the trailer cord to something that a customer wants specifically done. So we at the shop wired that up there. Regen switch, like I said, that's your trailer lift. Air suspension dump, your power divider, your front diff, your back diff. There's a PTO mode switch. There's your PTO switch itself. And then there is the 5th wheel slider. This truck does come with a 18-speed manual transmission, so that's quite nice. One thing that is different and new for me is we ordered this truck with a different seat. So this is a national seat. It's an air and heated seat with lots of lumbar support. So customer wanted to just try a different seat, see what it feels like for comfort. So we're trying a new option and curious to see what his experience and reaction is going to be to that truck, or this seat. So that's something new. We do have a toolbox seat on the passenger side, so you can keep extra material or coolant or whatever you want to have in the truck while you're operating it there. Up above, there's a little bit of storage, so you have some storage pockets on both sides. Nice lined headliner, and then there is the CB radio. As far as in the bunk goes, we'll just take a quick walk back there and show you what's going on over there. So in the bunk here, I'll just turn on this light so you can see a bit better. There we go. So we have a little alarm clock up top. On the top left, we have an interior light, door lock switch. There's your control for the HVAC when the truck is running. Down below here is your SPAR control, and then we have some power outlets. We have a solid wall on this side with a vent. We have the emergency hatch and door on the other side. And then over here is a storage pocket. And there you go. All right, so that's it for this week's video. Thanks so much for watching. Again, thank you to Tony Ham for purchasing this unit from me. I really appreciate the confidence you have in our product and confidence in me to build you the right truck. Hey, if you are new to this channel, like I say in every video, please subscribe. Please go to my website if you're interested in getting a quote. For Canadian customers only, I can only sell in the Canadian markets for new trucks. If you are looking for a used truck, we sell all around the world for those. So thank you so much for watching. As always, have yourself the world's best day.